What say you, Madam Foreperson? Is the defendant not guilty, guilty of murder in the first degree, or guilty of murder in the second degree?
Guilty of murder in the first degree.
Former New England Patriots star Aaron Hernandez is guilty of first-degree murder in the June 2013 death of his former friend, Odin Lloyd. He's been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. This is your Wednesday lunch break. I'm Lee Hawkins in for Tanya Rivera. With reaction to the verdict, WSJ columnist Jason Gay joins us now. Jason, welcome to you. What's your reaction to this case?
I mean, just a stunning fall for, as you said, an NFL star of high standing with the New England Patriots, now implicated, convicted of a murder, now implicated in another murder. He faces a trial for a double murder that precedes this one. Just a remarkable turn of events and, a very somber day for New England and Massachusetts.
And certainly somber for him for the first time, it looked like, because he collapsed right after the verdict. And as far as I remember, he was pretty much emotionless through the whole
he had not shown much emotion throughout these proceedings. These were televised proceedings, and as you saw when the verdict was rendered, he didn't show emotion right there, but then he did sort of later on. I think there was this supposition perhaps on his part, and given the defense that he had, that in the absence of a murder weapon, in the absence of another eyewitness account, that you might be able to get acquitted of this, and obviously that did not happen for him.
Some football fans, of course, remember him from the 2012 Super Bowl. Most of us do. How has this played out among sports fans, as far as you know so far?
I just think it's a terrible scenario. Obviously, a gentleman has lost his life, and to even talk about it in a football context just felt really, really glib and improper almost. Obviously, New England is a team of high standing. They're the reigning Super Bowl champions. You had Bob Kraft, the owner of the team, was called to testify by the prosecution in this case, talking about how Hernandez had lied to him in the past. The Patriots are, of course, entangled in this story, but at the end of the day, this is the behavior of someone off the field, and obviously a tragic event.
It is, but isn't there kind of an inextricable tie when you're a former NFL athlete or a recently retired athlete and you get in these high-profile situations? I mean, we've had a lot of domestic violence cases.
Sure.
What kind of discussion is this kind of generating in the NFL?
Well, I think the thing that this provokes always when this case initially reared its head is what sort of things did the Patriots know about Hernandez before they brought him on to their team. Now, Hernandez was a player who had a little bit of a background that caused NFL teams to have some cause or some concern about drug issues that he had in the past, but nothing that would necessarily indicate the gravity which would occur later. Teams are, of course, in this scenario where they're always trying to balance what someone's athletic contributions can be against whatever sort of red flags they see in someone's past. But this is just such an extraordinary case. It's hard to imagine anyone could have seen this coming.
Will this prompt teams to do more due diligence into players, or do you think they already do enough?
I have to imagine so. I mean, we're seeing already with the NFL draft for this year, there's a lot of focus on the high picks and the backgrounds of the high picks and the investigative technique that teams are using to do this. But at the end of the day, you have to imagine that there is a little bit of a leap of faith, as always, in these kinds of things.
Okay, Jason, good to see you again.